What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Clutch Cinema Talk. We have another unboxing and figure review with your boy Casey. It just happens to be another Godzilla figure, okay? It just happens to be. Today we're gonna be unboxing and reviewing with this box, big box right here. SH MONSTERARTS Godzilla Minus One from the movie Godzilla Minus One. This figure came out a few months ago, but listen, not everybody got money. Especially for a figure like this, retailing out at $140. $140. We'll talk a little about that later, but let's just forget about the money and let's just check it out. I don't want to get up because I might not be wearing the appropriate attire underneath my Godzilla Minus One sweater from Godzilla.com. Okay. So can I go? I'll get up. Can you see my Grogu pajamas? Here we go. Here is the box. Let's get this out the way. Godzilla Minus Uno. Let's take this wrapping off. For what it's worth, I have heard a lot of things about this figure and how you would think for a figure line that really sells out at like 80, at most 90 bucks, 70 bucks. When they have a figure at $140, you expect to get a $140 figure. And I haven't been hearing the best of things. So let's try to get this open, man. Here we go. Now we're talking. Here's the box. Pretty cool poster recreation of the figure on top of the front of the box. SH MONSTERARTS Godzilla 2023. We got another, I think there's also another poster art right here, and we got his full body up here on this left side, right side, whatever side, really doesn't matter. And then on the back we have a little sneak peek of the figure through the poster art once again, and some more images of Godzilla. And to go sculpt it, let's actually open up the real box. Alright. There is the G-Man himself. So the thing that I've been hearing and seeing is that the sculpt and the paint aren't too great. The eyes aren't too great on the figure. So that's the one thing we're going to be looking at. Even the teeth. I heard the teeth have not been looking too great. But let's just look at the first impression before we dive a little deeper. This is a good-looking boy, smelling nice and rubbery, and he's a chunky boy. He looks sick as hell. I'm not gonna really look too close on him, but I'm just making sure you guys see the chunky boy himself with the thick thighs that's saving a lot of lives, but he kind of contradicts because he killed a lot of people in that movie. So thick thighs saving lives, for me at least, I don't know. But Godzilla Minus One figure. Let's take a closer look, shall we? We gotta get up. We have to move. I don't have a closer camera. Let's go. I'm just getting another look at the face right there. I don't have too much of a problem with the eyes, I'll be honest. They don't look too crazy. They're so small too. I do feel like it doesn't 1000% capture the menacing look and the almost like, I want to say mindless, but he knows what he's doing in that movie. I swear Godzilla knows what he's doing in that movie. I feel like it could have been just a tad better. And the teeth I think look pretty decent on my figure. I think they look pretty good. Dorsal plates, absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at, oh man, they look fantastic. Be careful with them. They do seem brittle, especially this piece up here keeps moving. These two spines right here are very delicate. Okay guys, hold on, update. I didn't even turn on the mic for this. I just wanted to show you guys that I was wrong about the dorsal plate. It is on a ball joint right there. I don't know if you can see it in there, but it is, because the other two do move. and it is on a ball joint. I think that's 4 when you move the neck up a little bit. But even then, still be careful with your figure, and you see it's still bent right there, which sucks. But just to be clear, these 3 are on some type of joint right there, so it's not loose. Just to be clear, it's not loose. This figure, it really does look gorgeous with the bronze. I think the bronze really makes up and perfectly depicts how he looks in the movie with a lot of bronze. All right, let's go over the articulation. Godzilla can look about that high up. Can look about this far down, so you really can't even do the iconic. Oh, you see this dorsal plate is really bothering me, but you can't do that roar in the movie that he did. That kind of sucks. But you got a ball joint up at the top, a little movement in the neck, and a little bit farther down the neck. The mouth can open up about that wide. It's pretty wide. You can get a good roar in there, and the tongue moves as well. Look at that cute little thing over there. Okay, top of the torso swivels a little bit. Middle of the torso swivels as well. Then we got this other, attached piece right around the hip. The arms, shoulders can move as every other person's shoulders can move all the way around. That's great. Can bring up about this high, whenever he wants to hit those. Elbow, well, you got another ball joint in the bicep right there. The elbows don't really bend too much. It might be because of the spike action over here. And then the other, well, that popped off. That sucks. Yo, I got scared for a hot second right there. The elbow doesn't really bend too much in. Like, that's as far as up you could bend the elbow. So if you really want his arm to come up, you're going to have to move the shoulder up a little bit, but you really can't bend for like a little bicep curl in there. And the claw swivels, moves as well. Down over at the legs, the thick thunder thighs. Oh yeah, you can really get a good split in there. Look at that. Motherfucker G, man. But they also can move pretty good. Look at him, he's doing a little step right there. You want to do the little you want to do a little dancing Godzilla? You could do that. You could do that with his leg. His thigh moves a healthy amount. The knees can move about this far out and about that far in. You have a little bit of a swivel on the ankle over here. Not really. Doesn't feel like it could. Down over at the tootsies, individually move. They're all on. It seems like are those ball joints in there? That's what it looks like. But they all individually move. The tail is not as long as other Godzillas or SH Monster Arts Godzillas, because it does look like it's a pretty long tail in the movie. But you could just be careful. I feel like you really got to be careful, especially with the dorsal, the spine, dorsal plates, whatever in there, and you don't want them to rub up on each other and break. So like, this is as far as I can move this tail up. You could bring it down. You could curve it in a good amount. At the end, these ball joints at the end, you have a lot more freedom with, because you're not really stressing, pushing up the dorsal plates against the other plates. But you could bring it, see, you could do that about that way, and then you switch over to the other side, and you could kind of get a nice little curve over at the tip. Around the base of the tail, you can't. Ooh, you see that? Like, yo, scares the shit out of me. It's movable. Like, you can move it. Like, you see that? You can move them around. Just want to be careful because of how seemingly delicate these spines are. And they're beautiful spines. Like, don't get me wrong about that. Here we got Godzilla, legendary Godzilla from Godzilla King of the Monsters. Scales up pretty nicely. And Godzilla Minus One, he's actually one of the smaller Godzillas, if you can really compare their actual sizes. Let's go with the other SH Monsters figure that we reviewed on this channel, Mecha Godzilla, legendary Mecha Godzilla, who completely towers over Godzilla Minus One. Completely towers over. And the last figure, Godzilla 1994, the very first edition of Godzilla, my very first edition of Godzilla as well. And then we also have Colonel over here. They're about the same size. Yo, they go fight high key. Yo, Yo, guys, why are you looking at him like that, bro? Yo, be careful, bro. He'll snap his fucking dorsal plates off right now. I swear, bro. He dead as wood. Stop playing with these. SH Monster Arts Godzilla Minus One. In conclusion, I believe looks great. My figure, at least, looks really fantastic. The only problem is, guys, $140 is honestly a ridiculous amount for this figure. Because one, the only things I have a problem with for this figure is the articulation is fine. I'm trying to get him into a little bit more poses right now. I feel like I could probably do that with a little bit more time, but I feel very scared because it feels very fragile. It's not that the joints are popping out. I'm really scared about the dorsal plates. I really don't want to mess those up because they're so beautiful and they're so unique and really meticulously crafted. It's just I really am very scared that I move it one way and it just snaps, and that's gonna be into that, and you just gotta really super glue that in there. It does. What really sucks, now that I just peeped this, let's move this camera up right here. If you can peep that too, one of the plates, this one right here, is bent. It's slanted. That kind of sucks, especially if you're looking at it this way, right down the middle. He looks like Free Willy with his bent over plate right there. From the side, amazing. From the side, amazing. And I really like the scar right here. But I mean, 140, man. You really want this figure to be absolutely phenomenal for the price that it is, especially because it comes with no accessories, no heat ray, no buildings, no atomic cloud, like mushroom cloud, nothing like that. No accessories. So you're telling me that 140 like this is, and I don't want to. I hate to compare it with the Mechagodzilla 2 because this was 150, but I guess you can justify it just because of the size of Mechagodzilla. But even then, this Godzilla, the other two Godzilla I have right here, 94 Godzilla and 2019 Godzilla, both came with atomic heat ray pieces. And for a cheaper price, almost half that price, I believe this Godzilla was 80, this Godzilla was also around 80. And they have pieces. So for this to be 140 is kind of ridiculous. And I feel like they were trying to take advantage of just the new Godzilla hype with Minus One coming out and selling it for a ridiculous, lucrative price, knowing people are gonna go get it because of the hype around the movie and how good it was. And that's just not fair. I don't think so. So I feel like a lot of people could skip on this figure unless you really, really love Minus One and you really want a Godzilla figure. Then this is for you. It looks really nice, especially when you put it up on a shelf and you display it. But me personally, I really want to wait for a minus color version or a heat ray version. That way they can fix some issues and regarding the face for a lot of different people, and just make a more put together, well-rounded figure, and then hopefully just be able to justify the price with that figure for a $140 price tag. And ironically, when they make it, watch it be even more, like $160 to get a heat ray version. And they don't even put the heat ray in it, but you know, I'm sure they know exactly what they're doing. So if you guys have a Godzilla Minus One figure, you let me know how your figure is, what you think about the figure, and yeah, leave me a comment. This has been another review on Clutch. Now it's not focused. Get back here. Now it's not focused. There he is. And I hope to do a little bit more reviews. I don't want to only do Godzilla figures, but we will see in the future. So until next time, guys, it's been your boy KC with the G-Man himself. I hope to see you guys in another video. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, and make sure you're subscribed and turn on those post notifications in case we do another review. I'll catch you guys on the flip. Deuces, y'all.